Hey teacher friends, this is Mrs. Nabali, here to affirm your inherent value as a human who happens to teach and support you through your total wellness journey. So let's slow down and take some time to invest in you. So I was digging and I found some fun old yearbooks. This was my middle school yearbook, a little hardcover boy. Sure, I'll show you a picture. That's me. I think one of my favorite messages and one that has stuck with me this whole time is, to Kessia, have a good summer and stay black. K but much? From Anonymous. It's those anonymous quotes and the messages that they just stick with you. So I managed to stay black. Thanks, Anonymous. But today I want to specifically address teachers of color and friends of teachers of color. Now, you may or may not be aware of the statistics that teachers of color have a much higher turnover rate compared to their white counterparts. And as a teacher of color, I know what it's like to be at a school where I feel very effective, I feel very empowered. I know that my students and parents love me and my colleagues respect me and look up to me. I've also been in spaces where I did not feel empowered at all. I felt overwhelmed and so physically stressed, so emotionally stressed that it affected me physically. I've been in spaces where it was predominantly white and I was one of very few teachers of color there. And I know the stress that comes with that. And I've also been in spaces where most of my colleagues look like me and I'm serving a high population of students of color. My experience has definitely led me to a place where I've wanted to use my teaching highs and my teaching lows in order to serve other teachers. Some of the things that I went through and I saw my colleagues go through, later on in reflection, I realized it was a result of not having a whole lot of balance. And who can really blame us? There are a lot of messages encouraging us to work. Historically, as a Black woman of color, there are a lot of stereotypes around Black people being lazy. There's a saying that Black people have to work twice as hard to get just as much. And so there is this tendency to work and push to the point where your own body suffers. We no longer have to suffer in order to be great. We may need to strive, we may need to work hard, but not to the detriment of our physical bodies and the detriment of the legacy that we leave behind. While a bit of striving in the beginning makes sense, being able to sustain that for a really long period of time, for a decade or for decades, there's a point where your body's gonna be like, boo boo, we gotta go. So what I wanted to do is be able to offer something to teachers that helps us sustain our health in this awesome profession. This is your teacher friend, Mrs. Nabali, with a gentle reminder that if you don't take care of you, who will?